Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kristen. So for today's video, I am going to be sharing a book haul. So this is going to be a collective book haul. I did not buy all of these books at once. These are books that I've been buying since September. So I'm just going to be sharing all the books that I've purchased in the last couple months. So yeah, let's just get into it. So first I have A Love Letter to Whiskey by Candy Steiner. This one is one that I bought back in September because she was doing like 50% off, I think, of her books in the month of September. I didn't find out about this until like literally 2 days before September ended. But when I found out, I immediately went to buy A Love Letter to Whiskey because this is the special edition of this book and I have been wanting to read it, but the paperback version of it I think is like $30. I probably would have never actually bought a physical copy of it because that was just like too much to spend on one book, but since it was 50% off, I decided to finally buy it. I don't know too much about this book. I just know it's like super angsty. It's kind of a long book too, but I really like the cover. This is like the anniversary edition and I really like how it looks, and I've heard it's a really good book. I've heard it's a lot of just like angst and like heartbreak and stuff, so I feel like I need to be prepared for a book like that. But I have read a couple Candy Steiner books before and I've enjoyed them so far. I feel like this one's going to be a little bit different from the other books I've read by her, but I'm really looking forward to getting to it eventually. And then next I got Blindside, which is also by Candy Steiner. This one again, I bought it in September because it was on sale. I have read this book. I read it back in July. It is a college sports romance. The male main character is a football player and then he starts fake dating the PR coordinator of the football team. So yeah, like I said, I read this one already. I don't typically buy books that I already have read unless I really love them a lot, and this one is one that I just fell in love with. I thought this book was amazing. I rated it 5 stars, so I just really wanted a physical copy of it on my shelf. And also there are like discreet covers. The original covers have shirtless men on them, so I wasn't ever gonna buy that, but when this cover came out I decided that I wanted to get it eventually and I was finally able to pick up a copy. So the next few books I placed an Amazon order and I bought quite a few books only because I had a gift card. I am a gift card hoarder. I will keep gift cards for the longest time because I just feel like I need to save them for a time when I like really need them. So I had this Amazon gift card that I got last Christmas. Felt like I was trying to wait to like spend it on something like important, but it's been almost a year now, so I figured I would just spend it on books. So that's why I ordered all of these books. I normally would not have ordered all of these at once, but yeah, I'm gonna go through the ones that I ordered on Amazon. So first I got Quarterback Sneak, which is also by Candy Steiner. This is the third one in that series. This one follows Blindside. There is a book that comes before Blindside. It's called Fair Catch. I've already read that one. I just don't have a copy of it. I don't know if I'm gonna buy a copy of it. I did order this book before reading it and then I ended up starting it and finishing it before my copy came in because I was reading it on my Kindle. So now I have it on my shelf. I like this one. It was cute. If I had read it on my Kindle first, I probably wouldn't have bought a physical copy of it afterwards, but I did place the order before I had actually started reading it, so I have a physical copy of it now, which is fine. This one is obviously sports romance, football, and it's the coach's daughter trope, and I did enjoy it overall. The next book I got was King of Wrath by Ana Huang. I love Ana Huang. I loved the Twisted series, so I can't wait to finally get into this series. This is the first book of the series. It just came out. I think there's gonna be 7 in total, so this is the only one out so far, and I know the trope is like arranged marriage, and the 2 main characters in this book were introduced in the Twisted series, so I have been really looking forward to reading this one. It's definitely like on my TBR to like read it soon. Like I've talked about it already that it's on my TBR, so hopefully I'll get to it by the end of the year. The next book I got was Bad Boys Break Hearts by Macaulay Smeltzer. So this is a college sports romance series, but I think the guys in this series play different sports. I feel like one of them is a baseball player. It might be this one. I'm not sure. And I know there's other sports. I think there's a basketball player for one of them, but they're interconnected standalones. I just bought the first one because I've been wanting to get into this series and I wanted to buy a physical copy of it because I think it looks cute. I like the cover of it, and I've seen people who have these books on their shelf, like they have all the spines like of this whole series, and I just think it looks pretty. So I wanted to buy physical copies before I started reading it. So obviously I just started with the first book. We'll see if I enjoy it. I've seen some mixed things about this book. I've seen some people love it and then I've seen some people say it's not very good. So I'm hoping I enjoy it. I have read Macaulay Smeltzer before and I feel like I've enjoyed her books. Also, I'm pretty sure the trope of this one is childhood friends to enemies to lovers. Like they were close when they were younger and then I think they had a falling out and now they don't like each other and then obviously they somehow come together again. I don't really know too much about it. I don't really know too much about this series either. I just always see people talk about it and I feel like I would like it. So we'll see how it goes once I finally read it. The next book I got was Mile High by Liz Tomford. I've been seeing this one all over TikTok and I feel like so many people love it, so I feel like I'm gonna love it too just based on what it's about. This one is a hockey sports romance. It follows this woman who is a flight attendant for this professional hockey team, and yeah, that's kind of all I know about it actually. But yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it, so I got really excited to read it. Hopefully I'll get to it soon. It is another one that's on my kind of like more prioritized TBR. I definitely want to read it soon. I also really love the cover of this one. I think it's a really pretty cover. I love city skylines, so I'm like always obsessed with pictures of city skylines and book covers that have that on it. So yeah, I decided to buy a physical copy of this one too because I did also really like the cover. And then the next book I got was Play With Me by Becca Mack. This is part of a series of interconnected standalones. The first book is Consider Me, which I have on my shelf right behind me actually. And I loved Consider Me. I thought it was so good. I read it back in July and I just loved the couple. I loved Carter, who was the male main character of that book. And so this book follows his teammate and his younger sister. And I've been hearing really good things about this one too. So I have really high hopes for it because I feel like since I loved the first one so much, I'm sure I'm gonna love this one, and I'm sure we're gonna see the couple from the first book in this one, so I'm really excited for that. I don't know when I'll get to it, but I definitely want to read it very soon. This one again is another hockey sports romance. Like I said, it follows Consider Me. If you haven't read Consider Me, I definitely recommend that book. It's such a cute book. And then it is going to be like a full series. There are other books coming. I'm already really excited for the next one, even though I still haven't read the second one. But the third one, I think, follows this one character who we meet in the first book, and I really liked him. So I'm just really excited for this series. I need to read this one soon, so that way I can be caught up with it and everything. The next book that I recently purchased was It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I purchased this hardcover edition from Waterstones, which is a UK based bookstore. I don't think there's anything like different about it from the other book. It's just a hardcover, and then the pages here are like blue. So I was in London when this book came out, so I stopped by Waterstones on the release day and I bought a copy because I really wanted this like pretty hardcover copy. I also have a hardcover copy of It Ends With Us, so I like that this one matches that one. And then next, when I got back from my trip, I did go to Barnes & Noble and I bought another copy of It Starts With Us because I wanted a paperback copy because I didn't want to ruin my hardcover copy in any way. And I like to tab my books while I read, so I didn't want to put tabs in the hardcover copy, so I bought this one to like physically read it. I don't know, I feel like it's kind of embarrassing to admit that. I mean, I know it wasn't necessary to buy 2 copies, but I just wanted to, so I did. And yeah, I don't normally do that with books, but I decided to with this one because I was really looking forward to it, and I knew I was gonna love it because I loved It Ends With Us. I knew I wouldn't like regret buying it or anything, so that's why I bought a second copy. And then while I was at Barnes & Noble, they were doing buy one get one 50% off on the books, so I was there to get It Starts With Us, but since the second book would be 50% off, I decided to pick up a second book. So I got Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. They had like a table of rom-coms, and I had read almost every single book on that table, so there wasn't very many options of books that I could buy to get like the 50% off, so I just decided to go with this one. It's been on my TBR for a while. It seems like a cute book. The only book I read by Lynn Painter so far is Better Than the Movies. I read that one back in September and I thought it was really cute. I enjoyed it a lot. It was such a cute rom-com, so I'm definitely looking forward to this one. I know Better Than the Movies was YA and this one is an adult rom-com, I'm pretty sure. It seems like a cute concept. I think she like texts the wrong number or something, and the guy she's texting, I think is her brother's best friend, maybe. I think that's what this book is about. I initially heard about it last year, I think, so it's been on my list of books to read for a while now. And then the last books I'm going to talk about, which were the most recent ones that I purchased, are the Hoop series by Kennedy Ryan. So the first book is Long Shot, and then book 2 is Block Shot, and then book 3 is Hook Shot. So these 3 books are sports romance. They are about basketball, which I had never read a basketball book until I got to this series. I'm actually currently reading this series right now as I'm filming this. So I randomly decided to read Long Shot. I don't know why, but I picked it up. I thought it was amazing. I just loved it so much. It was such a good book. It is a very like heavy and serious book. Definitely check trigger warnings for it. I'll definitely be talking about these soon. I'm planning to do a video about the series once I finish it. Right now I'm currently reading the second book, which is Block Shot, and I'm really loving it so far. I decided to order this series while I was reading Long Shot because I knew I was loving this book so much that I wanted a physical copy of it, and then I knew I was going to want physical copies of the rest of the series. And then of course I ordered these like special edition copies, so they have like the drawings of the characters on them. And these are the first books that I've read by Kennedy Ryan, and I'm just loving them, and I'm loving her as an author, so I'm looking forward to reading more by her in the future. So yeah, that was my book haul of all the books that I've purchased in the last couple months. Definitely let me know any of your thoughts if you have read these books or if you're planning to read them. I would love to hear what you thought of them. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked this and you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would stick around and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.